getting trampled and tossed around, to being jerked like a rag doll. These are the 10 most brutal wrecks ever seen. At number 10, Mason Lowe drew I'm a Gangster 2 in Nashville.
That stat as well, he's been ridden 2 out of his last 3 times, so is I'm a Gangster.
The 2015 Second Chance bracket should have been his moment. Instead, I'm a Gangster 2 had a different ending in mind. Lowe got yanked forward with force. The bull launched him off in seconds.
Forward, you can see it whips him forward there, really whips him forward here. The horn hit him in the shoulder. At that point, he was just one.
Quick, brutal, done. No warning, no second chance. But if that seemed bad, Roy Dunn at number 9 couldn't even clear the gate properly.
Nefarious the bull is allowed.
Las Vegas, 2015 Cowboy Spring Break. Nefarious exploded out with serious aggression. Dunn launched forward, his torso slamming straight into the bull's skull.
Allowed some good rides. Oh boy.
He flew toward the fence after getting bucked. Hooves sliced through the air, barely missing as he crashed down. Wrecks like that make riders question their choices. Now, while Dunn narrowly avoided those hooves, Dan Henrix at number 8 found himself in a different kind of danger.
Paradise Farms out just once before. Rob Bell rode him for 87 in New York too.
Phoenix 2005 Jack Daniels Invitational Round 2. Henrix carried the title of 2002 Rookie of the Year. Jock Strap couldn't have cared less about accolades. Hung up tight, jerked around hard, yet somehow Henrix managed to keep his feet under him throughout the chaos, avoiding the bull's hooves by inches.
That's away from Dan's hand, down inside the spin, away from his hand. He's hung up, trying to reach that rope. He's got hold of the
Pure instinct kept him upright. Nothing else explains how he survived that. And while we're talking about instinct, Leah Keane at number 7 got spun faster than anyone should.
Take a look at the numbers over his career, and I think he's going to step it up.
Hood ornament hang-ups are never good. Akin found that out firsthand. He came off the bull, but his hand wouldn't release from the rope. One of 42 Hornets' horns caught him. Paradise Farms bull spun Akin at vicious speed.
Are going to work every day trying to get focused at their desk. I mean, try to think about getting focused when you know this can happen to you. It's not.
The rotation alone could have caused serious damage. When he finally broke free, Akin looked rattled. That kind of spin stays with you. Although Akin's spin was terrifying, Gerardo Venegas at number 6 endured something far more drawn out.
I think by his standards he was a little disappointed, but at the same time, he oozed with confidence.
Jacksonville, Florida, Ford Championship Round 2004. Pandora's Box earned its notorious reputation that night. Venegas hung up immediately, dragged through dirt, pounded into the ground, hard, more than twice. The bull refused to quit.
Right. This could be awesome for the bull.
He's underneath that bull. He's got to get out of there.
His hands.
Each second felt stretched out. When Venegas finally got loose, the punishment he'd absorbed was written all over him. That wreck left marks beyond just bruises. While Venegas suffered through that prolonged beating, Brock Mortonson at number 5 experienced absolute chaos in Reno.
Brother teams on the PBR tour, he's on chickenpox.
All right, Idaho bull rider.
1998 Bonanza, L2 chickenpox turned Mortonson into a pinball. Hung up at the start, jerked to the bull's front where the horns waited. Contact made, thrown sideways, jerked again, and flung towards the fence.
There, got him cranking back. Whoa, whipped him down. Man, he's hung in the bull rope. Got to get back on your feet, Greg Rummer. Oh.
Wild doesn't begin to describe it. Spectacular if you're watching from the stands. Agonizing if you're the one hanging there. Mortonson absorbed every bit of that punishment and stayed aware. That requires serious mental strength. Watching the replay shows just how violent each movement was. Most riders would have blacked out halfway through that sequence. People always ask if I remember the whole thing, Mortonson later shared. Unfortunately, yeah. Every single second of it. My body was getting thrown around, but my brain stayed locked in the whole time. Recovery took weeks. Bruised ribs made breathing painful. His shoulder needed extensive treatment before he could even think about competing again. Worth it though, he added. That's the life we chose. Now at number 4, Mike Lee walked into Sioux Falls for the 15-15 bucking battle and met airtime. Airtime exploded with power. Lee got launched off, and the bull's back hooves connected cleanly mid-flight. He crashed down and slid directly beneath the animal. Hooves came down again.
45 3/4, and that's a great bull score. I think this bull's the total package, Craig. He's big enough that he's got all the power, and then he's got the athletic ability all over the top of Mike Lee there, all around him.
Getting kicked in midair hurts. Getting stepped on while grounded, that's a whole different level of pain. Airtime delivered both without hesitation. You know it's coming sometimes, Lee explained afterward. You see the bull bucking and you know you're about to eat dirt, but being underneath when those hooves start flying, that's terrifying. His ribcage took the worst of it while he was midair. Breathing became a chore for weeks. Sleep was nearly impossible. Every position hurt, he said. Couldn't lay down flat, couldn't sit up straight, just had to find the least painful angle and deal with it. Doctors cleared him eventually. Lee came back ready to face bulls again, hooves and all. Although Mike Lee dealt with hooves, Jordan Hupp at number 3 faced something that was inarguably described as a full wreck in Billings.
This is the bull that bucked off J.W. Harris, and that he said he got to sitting down on.
Round 3 of the 2014 Stanley Performance in Action Invitational. Bulletproof lived up to every letter of that name. Hupp came off the bull. 2 direct hits from the horns followed immediately. Then the stomping started. Hooves connected with tissue, and the sound echoed through the arena. Silence filled the venue, that eerie quiet that happens when everyone realizes they witnessed something serious. Hupp stayed down longer than anyone wanted to see. When he finally moved, the damage was obvious. I thought I had Bulletproof figured out before the gate opened, Hupp said later. Watched film, knew the patterns. None of that mattered once things went sideways. The concussion kept him out for over a month. Doctors ran tests to make sure nothing got permanently damaged. They kept asking me questions, he recalled. What day is it? Who's the president? Where are you? I couldn't answer half of them right away. That's when I knew it was serious. His family pushed for retirement. Hupp considered it briefly, but the pull of competition proved too strong. I'll quit when I'm ready, he stated. This wasn't that moment. While Hupp's wreck earned that wreck label, BJ Cramps at number 2 went through a hang-up that seemed to last forever.
Our champion is our leader. That's the Canadian BJ Cramps.
Nampa, Idaho. Round 2, 2004 Invitational. 127 tonic water transformed Cramps' ride into pure agony. Hung up instantly, dragged across the arena floor, stomped hard. Then the process repeated itself. The bull showed zero signs of stopping.
Goes straight and then finally turns around to the left, hanging on for dear life. And he comes up a second short, he gets hung.
Every stomp landed with increasing force. When tonic water finally released him, Cramps had absorbed a beating few riders ever faced. Seconds feel like hours when you're hanging there, Cramps explained. Your brain speeds up, you're aware of everything happening, but you can't do anything to stop it. The injuries stacked up fast. Broken ribs, internal bruising, separated shoulder. His season ended right there. Watching that footage once was enough, Cramps admitted. Seeing yourself get ragdolled like that hits different than experiencing it. His family begged him to walk away. Cramps took time to heal, but retirement never crossed his mind seriously. I came back the next year, he said. I had something to prove to myself. That hang-up tested everything Cramps had, but nothing prepared anyone for what Derek Kolbaba faced at number 1.
Throwing a big Hail Mary with your arm, you've got to be perfect, and that's why it gets so hard here.
Far West gave Kolbaba zero room to recover. Thrown off the front, flipped through the air, tossed around, then the bull trampled him. Kolbaba attempted to get on his feet. I tried to walk away from it. His body shut down. He dropped back to the dirt. Far West continued the assault. The bull charged again, delivering more punishment even after the initial wreck. Kolbaba's memory of the incident remains fragmented. Pain erased most of the details. I genuinely thought I could just stand up and walk away, he said. My mind was telling me to move. My legs weren't listening at all. The medical report came back severe. Fractured vertebrae, major concussion, internal injuries requiring immediate medical intervention. One doctor pulled me aside and said I got extremely fortunate, Kolbaba recalled. Told me if I'd landed differently, paralysis was a real possibility. That conversation stuck with me for months. His parents arrived as quickly as they could. Seeing their son in that condition changed their entire perspective. "We always knew bull riding carried risk," his father explained, "but watching Derek get trampled and then collapse trying to stand, that image doesn't leave you." Kolbaba's recovery stretched on for months. Physical therapy pushed his limits daily. The mental barriers took even longer to break through. "I kept replaying that moment in my head," he shared, "seeing Far West charging at me over and over. Had to work through that before I could even consider riding again." But consideration turned into action. Kolbaba eventually climbed back on another bull. These riders know brutal firsthand. They've survived the wrecks, wear the scars, and push through the fear. That's what defines them, getting back up after devastating falls. Danger surrounds every ride, pain comes guaranteed. But quitting? That's never part of the equation.